Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. I will explain the International Journal of Educational Research about Reservist Mathematics Teacher is Narrative Failures, Story of Resilience. Previously, I will introduce myself. My name is Dita Kirana, NPM 19050008. Next, background. This paper reports an early exploration of failure narrative in a mathematical context, in an attempt to expand understanding the failure of mathematics from the perspective of individual subjective experience. I pursue a narrative approach asking participants for their memory of experience of failure and current talk about what failure is. The concept of mathematical failure has become one of the objects of research that is of great interest. Failure in mathematics generally occurs because of the perceived difficulty of subjects in mathematics intellectually and emotionally in the student. However, the concept of mathematical failure is not the main discussion in this study. Therefore, the research did not find any phenomena related to failure in mathematics. Next, result for theoretical framework. The first, math failure. Several theories have offered explanation for why individuals fail and when they perceive. Zaldin and Pajares note that an individual belief about their mathematics ability affects the choice they make, the amount of effort they put forth, their resilience in the face of failure, their persistence, and ultimately the level of their achieved success. Perceived success has been shown to strengthen efficiency and respect failure to lower it as suggested by Bandura. Failure and success are both a matter of personal definition and personal standard. Therefore, in a student high personal standard and expectation, the student will more likely interpret undesirable experience as failure. In addition, Bandura discusses about the significance of personal belief about one's own abilities as these are likely to shape how resilient one may be in the face of failure. Second, failure and mathematics identity. Math failure has also been linked to the concept of identity. For example, Spark and Prusak maintain that it is our vision of our own or other people experience that constitutes identities and agree that identities act as self-fulfilling purposes in determining learning and its success or failures. It has been generally observed that failure, whether actual or perceived, rapidly integrates itself into one's sense of self and defines one's entire identity. Third, resilience for two failure and individual mindset. Profit that people seem to experience failure differently. Failure resilience become especially important to address. Psychology resilience is understood as a dynamic process rather than a personal trait, and it is defined as a behavioral, attributional, or emotional response to an academic or social challenge that is positive or beneficial for development. This paper presents two short stories of pre-service teacher about mathematics failures. Miko's story begins with what is likely a typical story of a student who does well in school, success in learning with the most invested effort. As he said, he barely had to study and was able to achieve his grades, a turning from sorry, a turning point occurred in upper secondary school, where the difficulty level rose, and Miko was no longer able to keep his high grades with the same approach to learning. In order to resolve this situation, Miko lowered his expectation. It appears that he was not particularly driven for academic success and didn't feel the need or desire to invest the effort needed to attain the high grade that come about so earlier. Miko maintained the same mindset all the way until university studies. And Tina's story begins in a very similar manner as Miko. She identifies as an achiever, which means achieving high grades without having to invest much effort into studying or anything else. As Tina recounted, she always success and achieved what she wanted. Tina's first experience of failure come at the university, which is also a period where she learned what success really means. For the first time, Tina had to work hard to reach the success that comes so easily early. And for the first time, she was seeing other success in the same fashion she was succeeding earlier. Tina reflects upon failure and links it to one's own goal setting. Next, for conclusion, the protagonists of the two stories define failure in a very similar manner. For Miko and Tina, failure is a highly personal phenomenon related to their own goals and expectations as well as those that they may take upon themselves. While a failed exam may relate to failure for some, Miko and Tina do not necessarily define it as failure. This is interesting as research on pre-service elementary school teachers show us that for many, a failed exam is failure. Instead, in Miko is and Tina's case, failure is understood as a situation or a circumstance in which what was earlier experienced as success is no longer attainable without more effort. Because both pre-service teacher defined success as achieving high grades with little work or invested effort. Failure was then understood as the unattainability of that state. Okay, that's all I can explain and thank you for watching. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.